Welcome back to our tutorial on how to set up LimeSurvey at McGill. My name is Biru from CRCF McGill. In this tutorial, tutorial number 6, I will show you how to set up branching questions in LimeSurvey. Branching questions are the kind of questions that change what participants will see next based on their answers on the current question. Today we will focus on one specific type of branching called conditional branching. For example, in conditional branching, if participants answer yes to the current question number 5, let's say, then they will branch or skip to question number 7, so they don't see question number 6. However, if participants answer no to question number 5, then they will need to answer one additional question, question number 6, before they will see question number 7. So this is what we call conditional branching or skipping. Now, I will show you how to do this in LimeSurvey. First, you will need to log into LimeSurvey, and today we're going to add one more group called branching questions. Branching questions, and because we would only focus on conditional branching, and this is what I will write in the description. And one thing for branching questions, it will be a good habit to keep that every time you have a set of branching questions, you put them in one specific group, a new group, so that you will always have the condition within that group. Okay, save and close. Now we can start adding our first question. This question will be our kind of current question. And if participants answer one specific option in this question, they will branch or skip a question or not in the next upcoming questions. So let's say I would like to know whether people like Japanese cars. So let's call it JP car in our code, in our variable name, and then JP. So in the question, we can ask something like, do you like Japanese cars? So this is going to be a yes or no question. So if you recall our previous tutorial, yes, no questions probably can be in list radio. So here. And it's going to be mandatory and will be a nominal variable, and that's it. Now we can do save and close. I'm going through this really fast because we already talked about list radio questions before, so if you don't know how to do that, you can go back to our previous tutorial to refresh your memory or learn how to do that. Okay, so this is our first question, and of course we need to edit answer options. Let's do quick add. 1 is yes, 2 is no. So I'm going to do replace, which will replace whatever answer option is already there. So now 1 is yes, 2 is no. Okay, so save and close. So that's it. So we have a Japanese car question. Do you like Japanese cars? As our first question in this branching question. Let's say if participants answer yes, I like Japanese cars, we would like to know what kind of brand they prefer. So we're going to add a new question to this group right next to this first question. So it's called maybe JP, Japanese car brand, JP brand, like this one right here. Okay, so which Japanese car brand do you prefer? So that will be our question. And again, we'll use list radio, and we'll make this as a mandatory question. And because this is a nominal variable, because we're going to list several brands, Japanese brands here, so it will be nominal, and I think that's pretty much it. Okay, so now we can save and close. Now we can edit answer options to enter a couple of brands. Let's say Toyota, Mazda, Honda, Subaru. Okay, I think that's good. Just give an example. So let's replace. Now we have all our answer options with their values: 1 Toyota, 2 Mazda, 3 Honda, 4 Subaru. Okay, so now again, save and close. So now we'll continue to add our next question, a third question in this group. For example, I would like to know whether people like American cars. So again, we're gonna do you like American cars? So again, it's a list radio, gonna be a mandatory and nominal. And again, this is gonna be a yes/no question. So I'm gonna edit answer. 1 yes, 2 no. Okay, now they're all here. Save and close. So for now, we have all 3 questions that I would like to show an example, as an example to show you. We can start previewing this entire question group to see what it looks like if there's no conditional branching. So because I didn't add any conditions in this these 3 questions yet, so there's no condition right now. So let's preview the question without conditions first and see what it looks like. So I'm gonna click preview question group. So I'm gonna preview all the questions in this particular group, the branching question group. So here you can see our first question was, do you like Japanese cars? And then second question, which brand do you like in Japanese cars? And then the third question was, do you like American cars? So without any conditions, you can see all 3 questions on the same page. So everybody, all participants will see all 3 questions. So now the next thing I would do is to show you how to add conditions. So participants answer yes to the first question, do you like Japanese cars? Will need to answer the second question, what Japanese brand's car you prefer. But participants answer no will automatically skip to the American car question. Okay, so now let's see what we can do to make this happen. So the way to add conditions to conditional branching question is that you add conditions to the later question that may be skipped based on participants' answer on the previous question. So because we would like to know what kind of Japanese car brands do participants prefer if they like Japanese cars. So this is what we do, and we'll need to set the conditions on the second question, on the Japanese brand question. So I'm going to click here on the second question, which will bring me to the question summary page of the second question. Which Japanese car brand do you prefer? Okay, so now we're going to set conditions on this question. So all you need to do is go to the top here and click Set Conditions. And on this interface, you will need to do 2 things. First, you need to choose which previous question's answer this current question is based on. So we would like to know if people like Japanese cars and what kind of brands do they prefer. So we're going to select Japanese car. Do you like Japanese cars? This question as our previous question in this box here. And the second thing you need to do is to choose what kind of answer in the previous question participants need to satisfy in order to see this current question about Japanese car brands. So in programming or mathematical terms, basically we would like to know if participants answer yes. So that means their answer equals yes. So here we can choose our comparison operator. There are different choices depending on how you want to set your conditions and how you construct your branching questions. But for us, it's very easy because there are only two answer options in the previous question, do you like Japanese cars? And we would like to know whether they, if they answer yes, we would like them to answer the current question about Japanese car brands. So would be here, so we're going to select equals yes. The next thing you need to do is add condition. Don't forget to do that, otherwise it won't add a condition to this question, to this current question about Japanese car brands. So I'm going to click add condition. And now you see a condition has appeared on top of this page, and now only show question to this Japanese brand car brand question if people answer yes to question about whether they like Japanese cars or not. So that's it. That's how you can add conditions. And now we need to close, which will bring us back to the question summary page of Japanese car brands. You see here a conditions have been added under relevance equation. So now we can preview the entire question group again to see what changed. Okay, so now we no longer see all three questions. We only see two questions, the two questions that without conditions. Do you like Japanese cars and do you like American cars? Let's say I answer I don't like Japanese cars. I answer no in this question. So nothing will happen. I can continue to answer my next question. However, if I click yes, so now a second question appears right under this question. The Japanese car brand question appears right here. So that's how you can add conditional branching questions in LimeSurvey. And of course, you can certainly make multiple conditions to your branching questions and make it a little bit more complicated depending on what kind of conditions you want for your questions. But one thing to keep in mind is it's always better to keep your conditions as simple as possible. So the less conditions, the better, to avoid any mistakes or conflicted conditions. So just try to keep it simple. Okay, that's it. This is how you can create conditional branching questions in LimeSurvey, and our next tutorial will be on how to send links to potential participants and how to send recruitment emails to participants as well. And we will also talk about data exportation in the next tutorial. Thank you very much for watching, and this is Biru from CRCF McGill. If you have any questions, please let me know.